The popular paleo diet consists largely of meat, fish, and some fruit and vegetables, but new archaeological research from plaques scraped off teeth of skeletal remains from as far back as 6,600 BC suggests the hunter-gatherers may have also consumed grains and starches. Definite no-nos on today's paleo diet. Certified nutritional consultant Dianne Sanfilippo has an updated and expanded version of her popular first book, Practical Paleo, and she joins us now to discuss all of this, plus why she believes eating real whole foods and not processed ones are the key to health. Is that right?
Absolutely.
It's all about fresh, natural, whole foods.
That's right. And I think most people kind of get that that's what we should be eating, but it gets really complicated because we do have a lot of research coming out and people get confused.
Sure.
So the paleo diet, as you said, naturally is a gluten-free diet. So obviously that's a pretty big popular thing right now. And lots of folks don't digest grains well. So you're saying that there's research out that maybe Paleo Man ate it, which is interesting. But what we're looking at today, and myself as a holistic nutrition consultant, is what works in our bodies today. And that's really what I'm interested in.
Right, more about what works in our bodies today.
Exactly.
So calling it the paleo diet, it's not going to change anything about the way you look at this diet. Research showing that the actual hunter-gatherers may have eaten other things.
It may, and it may open up our eyes to how can we take this from perhaps a 30-day intervention, which I have different meal plans in the book for 30 days for different health conditions. Often someone leaves the doctor's office with a diagnosis and not a lot of hope. Right. And what I'm giving people is that empowerment through food. But really what we're looking at today is how can we adjust what we're eating, perhaps for 30 days, something that's very strictly paleo, and then can we reintroduce some of those foods? So perhaps there are some grains that we feel okay eating and then some that we don't.
Is the paleo diet itself evolving since it was first established, 1985, right? It first came out.
So yeah.
Is it sort of adding a little bit more, or maybe, I know that sometimes it gets criticized for having a little bit too much sort of red meat or meat proteins. Is it moving away from that a little bit?
So I think we can look at it two ways. One way is, you know, the paleo diet of what Paleo Man ate. Perhaps there's new research, but what Paleo Man ate is what Paleo Man ate.
Yeah.
And what we do with it today is we do evolve it, you know, funny enough, but we do evolve it because we look at how does it work in real people. Because if we see that eliminating all of these grains works really great, fine. But if we see that reintroducing something perhaps like white rice, which is something that a lot of us who've been eating paleo for maybe 5 or 6 years, we're reintroducing it and we're seeing how we feel. And I think part of that is we've healed our bodies. We're learning how to build a plate filled with much more nutrient-dense food. We're not filling it with mostly rice. We're filling it with mostly, as you're seeing here, vegetables, healthy meats, fruits, nuts, and seeds, those things. So
beautiful things here. So tell us, what are the cornerstones of the paleo diet? What, for someone who's not familiar and curious, what should they know? So
it is real whole foods. We're not looking at freaking people out about, you know, what we're not eating. I love to focus on what we are eating. And most people have eaten a paleo diet one day in their life, just maybe not every single day. So we want to string that together. We are looking, as you said, at meats, seafood, eggs, nuts and seeds, tons of vegetables. It's a common myth that it's meat heavy. We can eat as much or as little animal protein as we want. We do include animal protein for optimal human nutrition, but tons of vegetables. You see, we've got lots of color here. These are zucchini pancakes.
Beautiful. So tell us about these amazing recipes that you put together for us.
So, and these are all in the book. These are all in Practical Paleo. This is the second edition of the book. But we've got zucchini pancakes here. So I have a lot of different pancake recipes in the book, but these are based on shredded zucchini, egg, and a little bit of coconut flour, some seasonings, and that's it. Really simple. We love for people to get vegetables at breakfast, and it can be intimidating, but putting it in a pancake makes it really easy.
So there's no wheat flour in
this? There's no wheat flour in that. Yeah. And I like to pair it with smoked salmon, something rich in omega-3s. It's great for fighting stress and inflammation in the body, but you could pair it with bacon, any other type of protein if you want, and maybe some berries would be great with that as well.
That looks fantastic.
And it's a good on-the-go breakfast, too. You can actually grab it.
I think I might. And what do we have here? That looks beautiful.
So these are a really simple taco. It's a skirt steak taco and a lettuce wrap. You get that really great crunch. We're not obviously doing a taco wrap here.
Right, which I think you were so kind enough to make me a little version over here, which I can't wait to try. This looks delicious. Yep. So that's just a little bit of steak. Is that right? Have you seasoned it?
Yep, this is a skirt steak. It's seasoned with fresh lime juice, fresh garlic, which gives you tons of flavor and nutrition, as well as chili powder, salt and pepper. So
that is delicious.
There you go. And
really, really good.
And the last thing we have here are some tahini truffles. So a lot of people think we're never doing anything that's a bit of a treat, but I like to do things that are just less sweet, still nutrient dense. We're getting great nutrition from the sesame seeds. It's a source of calcium. And these are just lightly sweetened with maple syrup. So
what's the base of it, or what's holding it all together?
So tahini is ground sesame seeds. And for those of us like myself, I'm actually allergic to most nuts, but I can do tahini. And so it's a great option for folks who...
Can I try one of those?
Yeah,
This looks so delicious. So that's ground tahini in the middle there that's holding it together.
Tahini, there's some coconut, there's maple syrup, vanilla. Yeah, it's a great treat.
Oh my gosh, those are so good. And what about the banana chips?
So these are actually plantain chips, and these are great. We have some extra salsa on the side you would have the plantain chips with, and they're just cooked in coconut oil.
So coconut oil is okay. Oils are allowed.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, coconut oil is a great source of medium chain triglycerides. It's a great fat for fat burning.
So for those who were fans of your first book, how does the second book move it forward? What's new?
Yeah, so the second book, most of what I included that's updated, besides visually updating it, is to address a lot of the questions that have come up in the last 4 years. So as you're saying, a lot of things have changed. So there's been a lot of new questions, and I'm addressing how people can take things from a diet into a lifestyle, how people can talk to friends and family if they're objecting about things, and also new meal plans. So I'm talking about stress management and adrenal health.
We could all use that.
We can all use that, myself included. All types of new topics, yeah.
Fantastic. Dianne, thank you so much for coming to see us and bringing these great treats.
Thanks so much.